Hey everybody, it's Mike and Chris from Profiling Evil. We have a little question we want to ask each of you, and that is to see if you've gone in and looked at the profilingevil.com/evidence page. Chris, what's so cool about this evidence page we've created?
You know, Mike, as we thought about this and all of the great information that you folks have out there, we thought maybe we needed to set up a place that you can land that information. And we've called it the evidence room. And so go ahead.
No, it's really cool, isn't it? I mean, we're getting lots of responses just in the last couple of days that we've had it. We've had several hundred come in. Anything that's really jumped out at you?
Yeah, you know, I think we picked up some video from one of our viewers, Mike, that I think that just goes to show you the power of citizens potentially solving crimes. And, you know, we don't know if, in fact, it's going to be evidence, but if it is, we would certainly pass it on almost immediately to law enforcement. And that was the main purpose of this, right, Mike? I mean, that we thought about.
Yeah, that's right. This was from one of the viewers, Daisy. Thank you so much to you and your team. What this is, Chris, was a video from Yellowstone, and it was where they believe they picked up the Daybells, Tylee and JJ and Alex and Lori walking through the park. And you'll catch them here. We're in this imagery. They went through hours and hours of videotape from that day. And when we look at the photographs that were released in court, it really does look like the four of them there walking along, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And Mike, even if you go back and which they did and looked at some of the parking lot videotape, what we don't have yet is if the vehicle is in the parking lot. So this goes to show you the power of this. So if some of our viewers can do that, that would be awesome too, to help to help them along. You never know.
Yeah, this one, I like this little segment of it, because if this is actually Tylee, she comes back and then Alex and Lori come and take a photo of her. And what we're thinking is that JJ, who was wearing a green jacket or a green shirt in the images that we see in court, we think actually had a coat on here. And so right in this area here, we see Tylee coming back to get a photograph, and then Alex and Lori there. Really kind of interesting, and just so dang interesting that they would include that. And here we see the image of those all together. The page itself, when we set it up, we did it so that folks could jump on and be able to pull up information and see that in an easy to flow or easy to see flow. And we just created, folks, for you a way for you to quickly see what that screen looks like. And I'll pull it up here right now.
Yeah, it's really pretty cool. The evidence room. And Mike, let's remind our viewers, I mean, just how, again, you know, we always talk about how important it is that, you know, citizens are the ones who give tips for investigators. And you can really make a huge difference in an investigation. So, you know, please utilize this resource that we're going to set up for you. We're going to make it available to law enforcement if, in fact, it is, you know, a viable situation. But don't use this as your first primary point to go. The first thing we want you to do is immediately call law enforcement, call 911, call any tip lines you may have. But if you have a question and you're not sure, or you want to remain anonymous or something, this is just potentially another resource for you that we would forward it on.
Boy, that's such an important point, Chris, that this information go to law enforcement first. Folks, there's a QR code on the screen. It's www.profilingevil.com/evidence room. Or you can just go to profilingevil.com and grab the evidence room tab. If you've got an iPhone, you can just hold it up and with your camera on, it'll pick up that QR code and take you to the right place. And I think you can do the same thing with an Android device as well. So, Chris, thanks again for everything. And folks, thanks for supporting us like you have. For those of you who are in a position to do so, we appreciate the continued support financially. It helps us to roll out content and do our best in trying to give you valuable content in hopefully something that you can have fun with along the way. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thanks, Mike.